The year might change, even the athletes and their stories, but the path to an ACC title has run through either Raleigh or Blacksburg.
Ooh, that's a takedown.
North Carolina State trying to cap off a Sunday night here with an exclamation point.
Down yet? Do we have it? Do we? Two! Drama personified.
Number 8, NC State. Number 13, Virginia Tech. Raleigh, North Carolina, the place to be. Who has it better than our next guest? The answer is nobody. It is now time for Rock Harrison on ACC PM, and there he is, front row, as he normally is. Rock, first of all, always a pleasure. I'm bummed out this is the last Friday night duel, but nevertheless, man, saving the best for last. We got ourselves a serious showdown in Raleigh tonight.
I'm bummed out that you all aren't here with me. This is crazy. It's going to be electric tonight. ACC Network, top 10 teams going at it, and it's going to be a good match because these two teams are rivals. They're winners, they're rivals, and I'm telling you, the electricity in Reynolds Coliseum and what these are bringing to the table, it's going to be a hot night. I'm ready for it. Sean Kenny's ready for it, and I'm telling you, it's the only match on national television, so the nation will be watching Raleigh tonight.
ACC regular season title on the line. Let us reiterate that. It comes down to this tonight. Why, Rock, is this rivalry, as elite as it is, maybe different than some of the others between these two?
Well, number one, they're winners. They win not just historically, but they're winning right now. Every year, it's Virginia Tech, NC State, Virginia Tech. They are winning right now. And when you're winning, you become rivals. And because of winning and the rivalry, it makes great matches. Now, here's the other thing that's really interesting about these two teams. Each team wants what the other has. NC State has won the last 5 ACC tournament titles. You don't think that makes Virginia Tech a little uncomfortable? But then NC State did not perform at the NCAAs, and Virginia Tech had a great NCAAs, and they had 5 All-Americans. That makes NC State a little irritated. So you had these two teams that are winning, and the other team wants what the other team has. It's building to just great wrestling. The other thing is, they don't really like each other. I mean, I know what the coaches will say. I know what the wrestlers will say. They'll say the right thing. But bottom line, they're not fans of each other. And because of that, the rivalry is going to come out. The competitive nature is going to be there. And we're going to have a good night of wrestling because of their rivals, their winners, and they don't like each other.
All right, Rock, so we got a ton of matchups. I mean, how many ranked wrestlers and head-to-heads do we have tonight? I mean, well, you give me 2 or 3 headliners here.
Well, we're starting out the gate with the number 1 match at 149 with Caleb Henson, number 2 ranked of Virginia Tech, and Jackson Arrington, number 3. They're both true sophomores. The first match is a top 3 battle between these two wrestlers. And the good thing about it is that they've gotten better. Caleb Henson, they said that he has the best in-match IQ. He can make adjustments on the fly. Jackson Arrington has gotten better because he's had a whole year under his belt. Their records have shown it, and these guys like to get in the face. When I talked to Jackson Arrington earlier this year, he said that it took him a little while to figure it out. He had some bumps early in the year, but he had a great NCAA. And I went to Dunkin' Donuts earlier today, and someone said, Rock Harris, oh, Rock. And I said, well, who's that? It was Jackson Arrington's dad. And Jackson Arrington's dad said that he is ready to go. So that's the first match, and it's going to be lots of toss-ups throughout the whole night.
Now, wait a minute. Dunkin' Donuts was your go-to? In Raleigh, I'm kind of concerned with that move already. Dunkin' Donuts? Really?
Don't be concerned. Don't be concerned. My wife sent me on a mission. She said, look, I'm hungry, and I had to go, because this is her first match. She came from Baltimore for this match.
Let's
go. I had to listen to my wife. So that's what I'm saying. Why aren't you here? If my wife came here.
It's all right. She'll probably be enjoying some popcorn or some good concession stand food while she watches the show go on tonight and watches you do your thing, which is really cool. There are 4 rematches from last season when these two went up against each other. What do you anticipate tonight? Could some of them go the opposite direction, maybe a little redemption revenge on the table?
Well, there's 4 rematches. 174 is probably the easiest. That's Mekhi Lewis, returning national champion, the unquestioned leader of Virginia Tech. I feel very confident that he should win his match. Now, Alex Faison wrestled him very tight in the ACC championships, but Mekhi is at a different level. But we look at the other matches that are toss-ups, it goes back to 149. That match, I really am not sure how it can go, just because these guys are so good right now. 133, heavyweight, yeah, but it's that 149 match, the first match. That is a true toss-up, and last year, Caleb Henson won 2 of those matches. I would not be surprised if Jackson Arrington got a win, especially if Reynolds Coliseum gets behind him.
Well, you know, Rock, that is not going to be an issue. That place will be on its ear all night. And by the way, for folks who have not paid attention to this, we keep telling everybody Friday Night Duels on the ACC Network, must-watch TV. But how about the entrance for NC State? And they have turned that thing into Las Vegas of the East, man. It is a scene at Reynolds when they come rolling in there, isn't it?
They make a good spectacle. And this is something where the wrestlers come out to my right, and they'll come in, and there's fire shooting up, the lights turn off, and then they start going crazy here. They do a good job of marketing and really got people to enjoy wrestling. Now, Blacksburg does a really good job, too, at Virginia Tech. So these are not just the top 2 wrestling teams, but their media, their marketing, they don't just make it about wrestling. They want it to be a fan experience. And I'm a fan, first of all, and I'm having a great experience so far.
All right, so what are both of these teams' coaches preaching to them tonight? Because you've had a chance to kind of sit down, talk to everybody. What's the main message for NC State? What's the main message for Virginia Tech?
Do not let yourself beat yourself. What I mean by that, do not make little mistakes. Let the other wrestler have to beat you. Don't do stupid things to put yourself in bad positions. Don't try new things. We're at the end of the year. Why are you trying stuff that you hadn't honed throughout the year? The number one thing that they're going to preach is wrestle your match. Wrestle your style. Don't get nervous. Don't feel like because it's the lights and the nation is watching. Wrestle your match, and don't let the mistakes that you cause be the reason you lose the match. That's going to be consistent, not just in this match, but completely across the nation. All the coaches saying the same thing. Wrestle your match, stay to your game plan, and make sure that you have a fun out there.
Rock, these 2 coaches that are running these 2 shows here at Virginia Tech and NC State, they've won the last 7 ACC Coach of the Year. Any advantage there, or is this just good on good? Hey, that's a wash.
No advantage. Absolutely none. These are just good teams. They get blue chippers every year, and the blue chippers want to compete. It's crazy because the blue chippers come here, and they already have a blue chipper that's ahead of them. But the mindset of the mentality of these blue chippers, they think they're the best. So, yes, coaches of the years for the past 7 years, flipping and flopping between Pat Popolizio and Tony Roby. But when you think about it, it's what's going to happen out here. Who's going to be mentally tough? Who's going to execute their plan? And most of all, who's going to enjoy the spotlight? Some people freeze in the spotlight, and then some people rise to the occasion. We're going to learn about that because it's going to make a difference in the NCAAs. How do you wrestle when the lights are on, when you're a little nervous, when everybody's paying attention to you? This is a test run for the NCAAs, but also for the ACC championships in a couple weeks.
All right, for you, I'm watching everybody warm up behind you, go through their little routines. Do you ever get the itch, Rock, to get out there, or you're done with that?
When I get an itch, I scratch. That's all I do. There's no way that I'm trying to get out there. I'm done. I'm retired. I mean, I just watch as a fan. I enjoy it. But there is no way I want to go out there and get absolutely embarrassed, you know? So I do enjoy wrestling, but I enjoy talking about it and sharing with the fans, and I appreciate what you all do for the sport. But itching, nah, I just scratch if I have an itch.
If it were 30 minutes before and you were about to go out there, about where we're at right now, what would you be doing right now?
Praying that I don't embarrass myself. But really, what you're supposed to be doing at this point is starting to look around and starting to take it in. You start to breathe, your breathing exercises, but you want to just take in the moment. And these are moments, and you want to embrace these moments. You don't want to say, I want to hurry up and get over with. It's such a short period in college sports. It doesn't matter, wrestling, basketball, it's 4, maybe 5 years, and then it's over. So at 30 minutes before, you want to keep breathing, relaxing, and just saying, I'm enjoying this moment, and I'm just going to give my maximum effort. It's not about results. It's about the effort. And that's all you want to ask yourself. Am I giving my maximum effort? Am I enjoying the moment? That's what I be telling myself.
Rock, I want to know this, and I want you to be honest with me, because I think you will be. When you walked into Dunkin' Donuts this morning, Wait a minute, don't laugh. You haven't heard the question yet. When you walked into Dunkin' Donuts this morning, did they not give you an extra dozen by being named the 22-23 Broadcaster of the Year for wrestling? Huh? I just want to know if you got a free dozen with that.
I didn't get a free dozen, but the reason why I went back twice is because they messed up my order. It was a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. It was burned, and then my wife's like, go back and get my food. I was like, yes, honey, let me go back. I'm kidding, I didn't do that. But I went in there, and they figured it out, but it was a great experience. And then seeing somebody say my name, they were like, hey, Rock Harrison. I got nervous. I'm from Baltimore. Somebody said my name. I'm looking around. Why do you know me in Raleigh? But no, they didn't give me anything else, but they were very kind with the Dunkin' Donuts and gave me the croissant sandwiches and added some hash browns in there, too.
but, being the Broadcaster of the Year covering wrestling, man, congratulations on that gig. Now, that's impressive.
Oh, thank you very much. I mean, you all put me on television. There's so many people behind the scenes, as you all know, that just do a great work to make us look like we know what we're talking about. I appreciate what you all do, and I just encourage people that while I appreciate that people listen to us, you've got to come to a wrestling match. It is a different feel, a different vibe, and I look forward to you all coming to a wrestling match, and I can hug on you all and tell you what's going on and have a good time.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would put us on the road for a Friday night somewhere, and like tonight would have been great because, I mean, given what's at stake, and these are really the two premier, and no disrespect to North Carolina or Pitt or Virginia or anybody else, but these two have put on a show consistently from a national perspective and even from an ACC standpoint. And like I said, that crowd, that it's going to be going bonkers here in about a half an hour. But it's exactly what you want to showcase for ACC wrestling when NC State and Virginia Tech are going to wrestle for a championship tonight.
I agree. And as you said, out of the 10 matches tonight, 7 of them are true toss-ups. Toss-ups meaning that I wouldn't be surprised if either team won. 7 out of 10 matches are truly toss-ups. That's going to be exciting. Now, the downside is that it could be a blowout because you win a lot of the toss-ups, or I'm hopeful that they'll just be nip and tuck, and it's going to be very good matches. But 7 out of 10 matches are true toss-ups, and we're going to hopefully educate people and make sure they enjoy some good wrestling.
Well, I hope your better half has a great night because I know she's going to enjoy it. And, again, you're going to have a great front row seat, and we look forward to watching coming up. But we always appreciate your insight all season long, man. You do an awesome job.
Hey, thank you all. You all do a great job. Thanks for promoting wrestling, and keep watching because we're getting better at it.
You got it, Rock.
Thanks, Rock. Have
Enjoy
fun.
it, man. Take care of yourself.
That's it. Thank you.
Rock Harrison, the one and only. And of course, you got Caleb Ensign, 20 minutes away. Game on. Virginia Tech, NC State. Little Friday night duels. We'll come back with the index card, some phone calls, maybe some halftime fun. We'll get into all of that next on ACC PM.
Had a good time this week.
Oh, it was a good time this week.
Yeah.
Kai Lewis, I think grown man right here now. He is no joke. Virginia Tech, NC State, less than 15 minutes away. Friday night duels on the ACC Network. Rock Harrison, the rest of the cast and characters, they'll be ready to roll, man. That is a big-time showdown. ACC title at stake.
The year might change, even the athletes and their stories, but the path to an ACC title has run through either Raleigh or Blacksburg.
Ooh, that's a takedown.
North Carolina State trying to cap off a Sunday night here with an exclamation point.
Now yet, do we have it? Do we? Do! Drama personified.
They have been lined up in the rain for a while to get inside Reynolds Coliseum. It is a sellout. It is a sea of red. It is senior night. And oh yeah, by the way, first place on the line, a championship in the ACC as 8th-ranked North Carolina State hosts number 13, Virginia Tech. These two schools have separated themselves from the pack this year. A season ago, 3 teams tied for the regular season title. This year, there's room for only one. 2 familiar names, 2 powers in the ACC, one Friday night to determine the championship. And a pleasant good evening. Sean Kenny alongside Rock Harrison. Great to have you with us. Welcome to ACC Wrestling. Rock, I know We both have had this date circled. The ACC certainly has had this date circled. And what's really neat, the entire country pays attention when these two universities get together.
They pay attention because they're rivals and they're winners. And this year's match is going to be no different. Up and down the lineup, it's going to be great matches, but it's going to be a swing match that's going to determine this dual meet.
You take a look at the field, and you could certainly make a case for both camps in a number of weights. We call them pick-em weights to determine the outcome tonight.
I'm looking at 184 with TJ Stewart and Dylan Fishback. Fishback's been starting all year long. TJ Stewart has come on strong of the last couple of weeks. That match is going to be a big, big match for this dual meet.
Guess where we're starting? When we come back, it's number 2 versus number 3. We begin at 149, the final weekend of the regular season. No better place than Raleigh, and an ACC title on the line. The ACC's Committee for Racial and Social Justice, in conjunction with its member institutions, have identified February 17th through the 25th as ACC Unity Week. Oh, what a setting on a Friday night here in Raleigh. And we start at 149. The flip of a coin earlier, right after weigh-ins. NC State won the coin flip, and they said, let's start at 49. So the number 2 wrestler in the country, Caleb Henson, Virginia Tech, matched up against number 3, Jackson Arrington. Both sophomores, both coming off sensational freshman seasons a year ago. And it's Arrington trying to get to his offense first.
He took ground early, got a good single. He went out high. Good defense there by Caleb Henson. Arrington got a little greedy. He should have just stayed low and finished low, but he went for a cradle, and Henson's just too strong.
These two met twice last year in their true freshman seasons, both times won by Henson, 6-1, and then he took down Arrington in the ACC championship 4-2. Henson 23-1 this year.
No control. Out of bounds.
Immediately, you're seeing that Jackson Arrington is taking ground. He is pushing Henson back. But I'm telling you what, Caleb Henson makes good in-match transitions and adjustments.
First true shot there by Henson as he dives in. You see Arrington with those hips. He flattens out Henson underneath. And this has been a part of the match when you look at Jackson Arrington this year. Where has he improved from a season ago? Everyone says his defense.
Defense, and he said mentally. As he got more into the last year's season, he got stronger. Took some early losses, but at this point, he feels good about college wrestling. And right now, he is really taking center.
Couple of shots by Arrington, the latter by Caleb Henson. No score. Both wrestlers, even though they're just sophomores, familiar with one another. Halfway through period 1, Henson takes a swipe, does not find a leg. Arrington still working off the collar tie. Now he reaches across. Henson ready for that
center,
one.
guys.
A minute 10 to go.
Action center.
I'm really surprised here how much Jackson Arrington is really pushing with that underhook. It's usually Henson the other way around that's bullying people.
Stop. Let's go. Stalemate. Come on. Both guys work out of there. Let's go. Snake center. Work here.
This place has that March feel that you get come conference championship time and nationals. You can see that drag there by Henson, but Arrington keeps his balance.
Good slide by. As you said, we talked about the in-match adjustments. He's feeling that right arm underhook of Jackson Arrington.
Out of the fingers.
And Arrington doesn't want to lean too much. About 20 seconds left in the period. Let's see if someone's going to get another shot off. This is like a semifinal match in March. Good re-attack. Did he get it? Good re-attack. Ending the period on top.
That's 1. That's 2.
Unanswered points late in the first period by the All-American Caleb Henson.
So
Here it is. Not such a great shot, but good low hips away and re-attack. He didn't waste any time. Short time, ending the period, 3-0. In match adjustments, that's Caleb Henson.
Henson coming off his freshman season in which he placed fifth in the country, went 6-2 at nationals. His 2 losses to Shane Van Ness of Penn State, Graham Rooks of Indiana.
Okay, don't
He
move.
beat 6, 7, 8, and 11 seeds from his 4-seed spot to earn the All-American status. The reigning ACC Freshman of the Year with that late takedown. Now Arrington trying to get out.
Underrated part of Caleb Henson is his ability to ride on top. And it's not necessarily he's trying to work towards a near fall per se. He's just grinding people down. And I'm not going to call it riding. He's wrestling on top.
Well, if we're not using riding, the advantage time clock is at 43 right now.
That arm is still around the rib cage. Once it goes from around the smart wrestling there. As soon as the official awarded the escape, Henson was right in on that leg.
Keep that legal.
Arrington gets the escape and readjusts the riding time clock to 51. Henson still digging in hard on the left leg. Arrington trying to keep that back leg away.
Look at the science here. He flattened out and then brought the thigh up to table it. Good wizard there by Arrington, though.
And Arrington gets out of harm's way. Down to 35 seconds here in this second period. Number 2 versus number 3 in the country. Both sophomores. Stall call tag to Arrington. Our officials tonight, Patrick Frank from the ACC. Matt Sorochinsky from the Big Ten. Both Division I championship officials.
This is where Arrington took a shot around this time in the first period. He's not going to do it this time.
Action center.
Stall call against Arrington. Caleb Henson has the choice. Looking at NC State, looking at Virginia Tech, and he takes bottom.
Year number 7 for Tony Roby, the 2-time ACC Coach of the Year.
You have a warning, okay?
Voted a head coach in 2017 after arriving in Blacksburg in 2006. A longtime assistant, Kevin Dresser. Dresser took the job at Iowa State. There was no doubt, no hesitation that it was going to be Roby who kept it rolling, and he certainly has, and continues to recruit well. These athletes perform at nationals. Good thing going in Blacksburg.
Arrington's got to make a decision. Does he think he's going to turn Henson or not? If he's not going to turn him, he's got to let him go.
That's 2. That's 3. Out.
So I just looked at Adam Hall. He said keep him down, and then he'll say go up to neutral. And I'm not sure why he's saying keep him down and then let him up. I would think you need as much time as possible against someone like Caleb Henson, who's very tough defensively on his feet.
Arrington continues. Good top wrestling here, 1:18, third period. Riding time not a factor. Arrington thinking he might be able to get a turn, but in the meantime, precious time continues to wean off it. Works on the arm, looks over at the Wolfpack corner, and now they say, okay, let's go get that 3-point takedown.
Sean, I'm not sure why Jackson Arrington rolled him so long. It didn't change the riding time.
Out of the fingers.
He just has less time to work for the takedown against someone that's really tough on their defense.
Henson has allowed only 2 takedowns over his last 9 bouts.
And this is just going to something to eat away the clock. Henson doesn't have to do too much. He just has to keep good defense. And he has no stalling calls against him. Oh, nice. That's how you defend by attacking. And he can just suck up time here. Smart wrestling. Not play the edge, but continue to attack.
and just hold on and work towards a takedown, but just don't do anything foolish.
No control.
Hinson's going to try to grab that ankle and drag him in. Arrington clears it away. Short time. Jackson Arrington trying to find Hinson. Caleb Hinson all right with that stall call with just 3 seconds. He looks up at the clock, and he is going to go 3-0 on Jackson Arrington. The two talented youngsters in Roby and the Hokies fire the opening salvo on the road tonight.
Here it is. Defense, just attack. Don't play the edge. He dropped down, and he sucked a lot of time here. He doesn't have to do much of anything, but just stay in good position. And it was that first period takedown with less than 10 seconds left, and just solid defense by Caleb Hinson. You see why he's number 2 in the country.
1 minute, right?
National championship contender when you look at Caleb Hinson. 24-1 on the season. Virginia Tech is up 3-0. Take a look at how tight it has been. Just go look at the last 5 meetings. Twice they have been determined by criteria. You know how tough that is? Not once, but twice in 5 years. That's how even these two schools have been. 157 our next stop, and this is one of the weights where there was a question on who Virginia Tech would go with. Would it be Clayton Olray or Raphael Hippolito? And they are going to go with Hippolito. 11-3 this year, taking on the veteran Ed Scott. ACC champion back in 2022, the returning All-American, two-time NCAA qualifier.
And there was a slight sense of confidence talking to Coach Roby beginning the match about Hippolito. He thinks that this freshman has something to bring to the table tonight.
Raphael Hippolito.
Out of the fingers, guys, out of the fingers.
Brazil native. Spent his high school years in Virginia, Independence. It's really a unique story. He was a 3-time state champion, but he was a late arrival to the sport of wrestling. He started wrestling in September of his sophomore year. He went on to win 3 state championships. Now, his background was jiu-jitsu. He was a 4-time world champion, and he quickly made the transition to wrestling, and his footwork has been certainly something that coaches and spectators have paid a lot of attention to because he is quick, his horizontal movement.
You're right about that. His footwork is very loose, and he'll be in a standing position, and he'll drop down quickly and shoot through a double. But if he doesn't shoot his doubles right, Ed Scott will throw an underhook and put you on your back. So that means your elbows have got to be in on the doubles. Your elbows can't be out, especially with someone who's good at underhooks. So you see the left underhook by Ed Scott. Look at this. Good wrestling here. Is he going to finish here? Takedown.
Excellent job by Ed Scott. You saw his versatility. Dropped down to the legs, went from that single to the double and finished it.
He finished, he popped his hit, and this is what people are doing now. With doubles, they're not choosing a side. They want to lift and spike the person to their butt. Why? Because it keeps them from scrambling. Usually you see doubles and people want to put their head to a side, and that's when the funk and the rolls happen. But Ed Scott, like many high-level wrestlers, are locking underneath the butt and bringing the wrestler right back to his back or his butt so there's no scrambles.
Scott sticks in that claw. Minute 17 and counting, first period. Tripod position there briefly for Hippolito, and Scott traps him right back down.
This is where you find out the difference when you're a freshman. Freshmen usually don't wrestle too much on the mat. When you come to college, it's a whole different ball game. Ed Scott has been doing this for a long time, and he's going to continue to put pressure on Hippolito.
Looking for that mat return, has him up in the air. Hippolito with his right arm as a brace, prevents it. Right back up to his feet. Continuation of action, goes out of bounds.
Hey, Matt, switch me up.
46 seconds left in the period. You want to end the period in the top position.
Yeah,
let's see if Hippolito has an explosion here. or Ed Scott is going to continue to keep that claw ride. Hippolito is trying to get to position. Good job. Get a little roll and back to his feet.
Scott, it's over a minute of riding time, 3-1. Ed Scott, who's taken a couple of blemishes in ACC action, lost the sudden victory thriller to Sonny Santiago of UNC. You look at some of his losses, two have been in sudden victory. He had a 1-point loss to Teague Travis of Oklahoma State.
You notice right now Ed Scott is not being baited. As much as Hippolito is moving his feet, which is good foot movement, Ed Scott is keeping his stance just in case of that explosive double that Hippolito has.
Green defers. Red chooses bottom.
Tony Roby, year 7 in Blacksburg.
Here we go.
He's done the last 4 years in ECC duels. He was a 1997 finalist for Edinburgh, a 2-time All-American. At Virginia Tech, the 2 ACC tournament titles, 2 dual meet titles, looking for number 3 tonight. Scott with the quick escape, 4-1.
Oh yeah, this is now a swing in the match. You're starting to see the look in Hippolito's eyes as Ed Scott is keeping the pressure on. You're also noticing that on Hippolito's shots, that right arm is hanging a little outside, and Ed Scott is defending that double leg with a left underhook. So here's the trip. Remember, there is reaction time, which is very questionable, but at this point, he secures the takedown. Ed Scott up 7-1. And over a minute of riding time.
Cover legally.
Advantage time.
Both had an opportunity to talk to Scott this week. He talked about trying to diversify his offense, and he also brought up the point that he's not the underdog anymore. He has been amazed at how much his opponents have studied his offense, trying to cut down what he likes to do, and he's showing some of that diversity and that approach with how he's been able to get a couple of the takedowns here on Hippolito.
3-point takedowns make a difference. There's that double that we were talking about. He's running his feet. That's that double we were talking about. He lowered his level, and when he got there, he didn't stop. He kept running his feet. So you're starting to see the game
is going to rally rock. It's going to come from his feet.
Exactly. And you're starting to see Coach Roby's encouraging him to continue to keep going on, because Ed Scott in the past couple of matches has kind of faded later on. We saw it with UNC. Hippolito has got to be more consistent in keeping his elbows in and his hips underneath him with that double, because if he's extending himself too much, Ed Scott can put him in a headlock.
Final few moments of period 2, and it's a little bit tighter. Scott marches to the 3rd, leading by 3. Pat Papalizio, he's been a finalist for the National Coach of the Year 5 of the past 6 years, 3-time ACC Coach of the Year, 3 straight top 10 national finishes for Papalizio. And you just take a look at the environment here at Reynolds Coliseum. That is because of what Pat Papalizio has done with this program since he took it over. Key 3rd period. Hippolito up to his feet. Has that arm trap though. Scott brings him right back down. Advantage time continuing to escalate. Near a minute 40 in Ed Scott's favor.
This is the difference with freshmen versus seniors, especially All-American seniors, the mat wrestling. Hippolito wants to escape and get to his feet where he's been more successful. Ed Scott's got to keep his elbows low and keep that right arm ready for that double. You see that hand on the mat, Sean? He's standing low just to catch that shot and re-attack.
Scott in on that leg, trips and gets 3.
So at this point, they said keep him down. NC State says keep him down. Don't let him up. Now my thought was like, hey, why not let him up for, and there's a re-attack there. And then, you start to see a little fatigue in how his defense was.
Stand up.
And here is the decision to go for bonus.
Exactly, you're thinking bonus point possibility. And that is what changed NC State's coaches' minds as far as, do we ride them or do we go back up to the feet? Maybe a little blood in the water here. Straight on double by Hippolito. Whizzer by Scott. Scott gets into a better position. Still has that left side underhook. Hippolito does. Wrestlers, upper body action near the edge, and they finally disengage. 35 seconds to go.
Above the eyes.
Riding time lock. So Scott right now leading by 5. A takedown would give NC State a bonus point with a major decision.
And Scott just has to keep a good stance. Keep elbow, hands to the mat. And looks like NC State has just tied up this dual meet.
Tied at 3 for the first couple of weeks.
They needed this match after a loss by Jackson Arrington. Ed Scott wrestled a smart match. Elbows low, kept the underhook there, and gets to a point where it's tied up 3-3. Caleb Henson showing his number 2 in the match. And then Ed Scott from thunderous takedown. Coming up, it's still another toss-up. Connor Brady, Derek Fields, and then the returning national champion against Alex Faison.
It is a busy Sunday here on the ACC Network with women's basketball. It all starts. 19th ranked Notre Dame takes on Boston College at noon Eastern. Then number 8 Virginia Tech hosts North Carolina. And we close it out at 5:30 Eastern. Number 6 NC State squaring off against Duke. A full day of women's hoops Sunday on the ACC Network. Tied at 3 through the first couple of weights. We go to 165. Connor Brady, the 3-time NCAA qualifier, 11-7 this year, taking on Derek Fields of NC State. Redshirt sophomore having a solid season, a perfect 4-0 against his ACC opponents. Has had some luck as well against ranked opposition this year.
Good luck. Set.
Weight coming into the season, North Carolina State wasn't sure which direction they would go. Would it be Derek Fields, who's ranked 12th in the country, or A.J. Kovacs? But Papalizio has given both wrestlers opportunities, and it's Fields with the upper hand as he gets the call here in this all-important Friday night duel.
And even though Fields is 10 slots higher in ranking, this is a true toss-up match because of the experience of Connor Brady, 3-time national qualifier. Good with the high C, but he's just hasn't been able to come over the hump with the tight matches, the close matches. This might be his time.
Tony Roby told us this week that Connor has matured so much the last couple of years. Talent has never been an issue, just always revolved around the confidence for Connor Brady. Accomplished wrestler, 3-time NCAA qualifier. He went 1-2 last year. The last couple of years, both Tulsa and Detroit winning one match at Nationals. ACC runner-up from a season ago, losing to Justin McCoy of Virginia in the finals. It's been steady, very consistent at this weight the last couple of years.
You said it. He is consistent. You know what you want to get from Connor Brady. He had kind of a half shot there by Brady and a little early shot there by Fields. So guys are still kind of feeling each other out. That's the second kind of sweep single that Derek Fields had. He may not have gotten there, but it's what we call data shots, where how did he respond, okay? He did this, so let me adjust it as the match progresses.
Work from here, guys.
And we call it a sweep single because, like, if you're sweeping a broom underneath the bed in a kind of a wide motion, that's why we call it a sweep single, because you're kind of outside. Imagine sweeping a broom underneath your bed in a circular motion. That's why we call it a sweep single, because you're not underneath, you're kind of to the
Hands
outside.
up, guys.
Two minutes in, first period, no score. Eric Fields has not lost since late November. Brady had the ankle for a moment. Fields high steps his way out of trouble.
We're seeing different attacks from that underhook. That time we saw kind of a throw by, almost had the ankle.
Back to his underhook on the right side, Connor Brady. Brady, one of the centerpieces of the Hokie recruiting class that was ranked 4th in the country in 2019. And Brady certainly has kept his foot on the gas as far as bringing in some of the best recruits in the country.
Stop.
Late action, but it was indeed late. The first period, scoreless. Sea of red.
Red takes bottom.
Inside Reynolds Coliseum. Friday night, they were lined up outside, tailgating in the rain earlier. A couple of hours before they opened up the doors. Passionate fan base, an opportunity to showcase to the country what the ACC is all about.
A little early there by Connor.
First one, okay? You're on the elbow and off, okay? Yep, hold tight.
You get 2 cautions, and then
move red, green, cover, and hold.
And if you do it, the false start, and there's a point.
Neutral.
So, Sean, we're starting to see some minor success of Connor Brady with that underhook. He's gone to a throw by. He's tried a little high C action, and he's getting closer and closer. At the end of the first period, he was right there.
Talk about Fields being on a roll. He's won 12 straight. He did not wrestle against Cornell. He was not out there for Oklahoma State, but that was Pompalizio giving A.J. Kovacs opportunities. Pompalizio likes to see how the wrestlers respond in the bright spotlights of big matches. So you utilize wrestle-offs early in the season, especially November, December, and that's what these two have. And you look at Fields and Kovacs, the 2 Wolfpack teammates, but Fields has been wrestling really well, and that's the depth that North Carolina State has built, not just at 65, but a number of the wings.
All the top teams have depth like this. These are good problems to have. NC State has depth. And we're going to see at 125. The Hokies have depth.
Brady trying to get to the corner, now changes course, tries to reverse his direction, still has that head swallowed up. Fields back up to his feet, trying to clear out his neck there. You see the forehead of Brady right on the back, and Fields.
Another committed attack by Brady might warrant a stall call. Just shoot him off the mat. Or just continue to shoot here and perhaps get a stall.
Tried to do that, tried to slip in his underhook. Fields wisely circles back to the center of the mat. Short time, final few moments, and a 1-0 lead to head to the third.
This is a typical Connor Brady match.
You have 1 caution. Wait for the whistle. Green set.
Let's see what Derek Fields has. He's pretty stout on top.
Quick stand-up, good timing there by Brady, and he is away. Boy, he timed that, didn't he? Beautifully, and it was a sprint right up to his feet. Springs up, gets the point. We're tied at 1. Riding time not a factor.
Let's see if Derek Fields goes back to that sweep single that he had. Sweep single to the back leg, which is a far left leg
Hands up, above the
of Connor Brady.
Brady 3-1 in ACC action this year. As only loss was to Holden Heller of Pitt, 11-5, who Fields beat earlier this year, 7-1.
Brady is not overshooting, picking his shots. And I would just say pick up the pace. Oh, good shot there.
No control.
This is the time
No
that
control.
Brady has to try and split the legs, get his legs in between
No control.
Derek Fields' legs. He's got to get his head up. It's not there yet. He's got to pop his head, not quite. That leg is not hooked. He's got to bring that in. It's getting very close.
No control.
Derek Fields is going to keep that leg back. It's looking like a situation where there's a takedown with 24 seconds left.
Green's in control. Green's in control.
That's why you keep attacking. It was not working in the first couple of periods. And now Derek Fields has got to do something here. Connor Brady's got to stay in this match. He has no stall calls against him.
Stall. Green going out.
Stall call. 5 seconds left.
Here, gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, he can just back out. There's no need for anything. A little hook there. A little hip toss action.
Ankle bands on the mat.
Connor Brady
Good match, gentlemen.
able to get the takedown late in the third period. Virginia Tech back out in front.
Once the roll through didn't work, Connor Brady got that right arm to the hip, covered it, and that was all that it took.
Thanks.
We got a back and forth
That was
match.
interesting for a sec. Yep.
You push the rewind button to a season ago. All the marbles on the line. The ACC Championship. Mackay Lewis, Alex Faison, and Mackay able to hold off Faison. It was a thriller as he becomes a three-time ACC champion. Butt rock pushed to the wire by Alex Faison. It was in his first year in that starting rotation for NC State. Mackay celebrates number 3, a sudden victory win. Now those two get ready to collide for the first time here in 2024. At 174 with Virginia Tech leading 6-3. They will send out their veteran, their star, Mackay Lewis. 12-0 this season. Alex Faison currently sitting at 11-9. And what does he need to do to pull off the upset? We saw he was so close a year ago in the ACC Championship. What's it going to take tonight in front of this huge crowd?
Faison's got to go to his underhook. But understand that with Mackay Lewis and someone of his caliber, you really have to pick your shots. You don't just want to keep shooting on Mackay because he's extremely proficient at reattacking and reshooting.
Mackay Lewis traditionally has been one of the toughest wrestlers to score on in all of the country. This year, he's putting up a lot of points as well. 8 bonus point wins out of his 12 total this year. Mackay Lewis in a rematch of last year's ACC Championship.
You saw that little thing right there? Right when Faison went for that underhook, Mackay put his elbow inside to block that underhook. That time he got the underhook in. Right when Alex Faison goes club with the right hand, he goes for an underhook with the left, like right there.
Lewis steers away the underhook. Kai Lewis so good in space. 7th-year senior. He started his Virginia Tech career back in 2017 with a redshirt year. Had an Olympic redshirt as well earlier in his career, and thus year number 7 with COVID. Next year, Coach Roby's lineup and 3-time ACC champ. Virginia Tech's 2019 NCAA champion. What a year it was. The great run that he had, and now he's in on a leg near the edge. He'll try to drag Faison in so he has a little bit more room to work. Faison with that wizard.
Keep that legal.
And Faison has continued to face him. He can't go and give his hips. But Faison needs to stay in the splits and fight hands. Continue to work on the fingers. Now what does Mackay do? He wants to go to a baseball grip. hold his ankle like you do a baseball bat, and bring him in. And now he's tailing, putting it on his thigh, and there he's bringing it back in with the baseball grip. He's going to slowly walk up. Oh, that's why he's a returning national champion. Baseball grip, walked up, covered the hips. Textbook.
Thigh cry in there from Lewis. Inside a minute to go, first period. The takedown from Mekhi Lewis, trying to stay perfect this year. Back to a restart in the center. It's a special moment if you're Alex Faison, one of 4 seniors who were recognized tonight before the festivities of wrestling began. Senior night here in Raleigh. Faison, one of those seniors. They weren't sure if he was going to come back for this final season. In fact, the decision was made in late August or early September. Pat Papalizio told us with the assistance of Lou Corrigan, the athletic director. Alex is going to pursue a military career. He was part of the ROTC, and Mr. Corrigan's help and Faison's decision, they have delayed his commitment to the military 1 year so he can compete this final season for NC State at this weight.
Faison, when he went down, he kind of twisted to his right, and then he went to his left. He set to his right side, and then Coach Adam Hall, who will be moving on, and we'll talk about that later, he said, just get down normally, not twisting.
Green, cover and hold. Hold tight.
When you go against Mekhi, you got to clear that back leg because he'll hook the ankle and bring you right back down to the mat.
That's 1 on the ankle.
Back to that leg. Tries to stick his leg in, hits the trip, stays with Faison as he hit the roll.
Work on the mat, guys.
When you wrestle Mekhi Lewis,
That's 1 on the ankle.
Hooks, Western, whatever you want to call it, you've got to clear that right ankle. You can do a sit out, but if you stand up, he's going to hook it and then bring it to the mat.
Here we go, Red. 1
minute of riding time
6 seconds.
for the 2019 NCAA champion Mekhi Lewis. The Hokies' first ever
Red set. Don't move, Red. Green.
Try to ride out the final 6 seconds of period number 1. Like he's in a position to do that. Faison unable to clear the grip, and a 3-0 lead for Mekhi Lewis, who has been one of the sport's best. We talked about that national championship run in 2019. Beat Marinelli, beat Evan Wick, Vincenzo Joseph to earn Virginia Tech's first ever national title.
Go ahead, Red.
All-American last year, an NCAA runner-up in 2022, losing to Carter Storaci in the tiebreaker. Just a remarkable career when you look at Mekhi Lewis. Faison with his first offense. This is the deepest we've seen from the senior from Whispering Pines.
And goes right into the wheelhouse of Mekhi. Getting in on Mekhi, I'm not going to say it's easy, but finishing is extremely difficult. That was a little misdirection there about Faison. So now he clubbed with the left hand and went underhook on the right side. In the first period, he clubbed with his right hand and went underhook on the left. He's switching up.
He's trying anything to crack the armor, and oftentimes the armor cannot be penetrated when you look at the defense of Mekhi Lewis.
Just in the past 30 seconds, he went underhook right, underhook left. But this time, when he reached for the underhook, re-attack.
Take down Green.
So just like Faison was trying to figure out where to open, it was underhook one side, underhook the other side, underhook. On the 4th try for the underhook, Mekhi ducked and went for a double. These are little chess matches here. Everybody's trying to figure something out here. And Mekhi got the advantage.
Both guys work to improve here.
And with all of the experience that Mekhi Lewis has, he's played a lot of chess in wrestling. Only nothing he hasn't seen. Faison gets the point. Minute 33 riding time. Lewis in control. Second period, 25 seconds. Virginia Tech has won 2 of the first 3 weights. Looking to make it 3
We're out
of
of bounds.
4
We have
as the
action on the
action goes out of bounds.
Neutral. Action on the shot.
Mekhi Lewis is jab stepping hard just to get a reaction from Faison.
Out of the fingers, guys. Stop. Stalemate.
8 seconds left. Not much is going to happen, but at this point, riding time, it's not locked up. But Mekhi has a good amount of riding time, and you got to think they're looking for bonus points. Bonus points are going to make a difference in this dual meet. So watch him reach again. He reached, and you saw he went right under it. He was going for a left side underhook, and as soon as he went for the underhook, Mekhi lowered his level and went through to a double.
Lewis chooses neutral. Mekhi says, let's go on the feet here in this third period. Leading 7-2, a minute 33 of riding time. A couple of takedowns on Faison, one in the first period, another in the second.
You start to wonder, and Faison's thinking, is he thinking, I can still win this, or I can't give up bonus points?
Warning, red.
Stall call on
Warning, red.
Faison, just as Lewis reached out for an attempted shot.
I'm starting to feel it right now. He's starting to move well.
Action center, guys. Action center.
Tony Roby's done such a good job managing the workload this year when it comes to Mekhi Lewis. 12 matches wrestled, no tournaments, just the duels this year.
Let's talk about this. Bonus points are when you win by at least 8 points or more, but less than 15. That means a team score means it's going to be 4 points instead of 3. Oh, here's the chase. This is what Mekhi does well. He's working hard. He is working hard, and Faison is saying, I can't give up the bonus points, but Mekhi's in there. Reached the other ankle. We were just in his position in the first period. Baseball grip, slide it in, and is saying fight it with all he has. We have short time here. Big points in this match. Not just in this match, but for the dual meet. Mekhi's trying to get this takedown here to get the bonus points. Nothing yet. Good defense by Faison. Mekhi's trying to reach across. Stingy defense by Faison. Good fight by both wrestlers here.
So despite the second stall call and point and the riding time point, it stays just 3 team points for Virginia Tech. But Mekhi Lewis stays perfect this year, and the Hokies up the ante now, leading 9-3.
Stand here. Stand here. Shake hands, please. Thank you. Turn around, please. Thank you.
A win by both wrestlers there.
Mekhi on the mat for me. Thanks.
Mekhi did what he had to do. Wrestled very hard. Looking to point up. He came back in a match here, and this is Lewis. Spiked him to the mat. Gets the decision, not the bonus point, but we have another toss-up between Blue Chippers, Stewart, and Fishback. And then everybody's favorite, Trent Hidley.
Get ready for more gymnastics. It's coming up right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Sunday afternoon, North Carolina State squares off against Pitt at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern. Packed house, ready to watch a key weight at 184. Virginia Tech will send out TJ Stewart, who they have turned to late in the year. Stewart, 5-2 this year, coming off a sudden victory win against the ranked Eller from Pitt. His opponent, Dylan Fishback, who has been so good really since the opening whistle to start the year. Redshirt freshman for North Carolina State, both highly sought after recruits. So the future is now. Fishback making his way out. TJ Stewart, Virginia Tech, and we're underway at 184 pounds.
This is good. Both of these guys are not new to the spotlight. They wrestled big matches in high school. Same intensity, same nerves, just on a college level.
Look at this
Clean
weight
hands, guys.
for
Clean hands.
Virginia Tech.
Up above
Obviously,
the
no
eyes.
Hunter Poland. He had his weight locked up and secured for so many years, a 5-time NCAA qualifier. So Poland graduates. And now an opportunity for TJ Stewart. Dakota Howard is an athlete they had turned to. They lost Sam Fisher earlier this year with a season-ending injury. And they'll
Stick
be
hands for me real fast.
obviously
Right
with a
above the
lot
eyes,
of
all right?
confidence in his freshman Stewart. Blair Academy product. Major get for Virginia Tech. He was the highest-ranked uncommitted senior in the country prior to his commitment to Blacksburg. Several elite programs chasing after him.
And his senior year, TJ Stewart, he wrestled 220, and he's down to 184, and looking solid.
We asked Roby that. Was there ever any doubt? 84 at least this year for TJ Stewart. He said nope. That was always the plan. Good action here by the two talented youngsters, Fishback
Hands
and
up.
Stewart.
Hands up.
Fishback's got to watch the hands to the face. Coach Adam Hall said, don't go straight to the head, come to the side. He already got warned for potentially dangerous. He does it again. That's going to be a point for TJ Stewart. So he's got to come to the side and not put his hands right in the triangle area where your eyebrows are to your nose. He's got to stay to the side.
The more you watch Dylan Fishback, and he's coming off a real nice win against Chris Foca, who was ranked 10th in the country. What stands out about Fishback? Why has he been so successful this first go-around?
Well, he comes from a great state of Ohio, so high school wrestling is pretty good. But he doesn't really get out of position, and he doesn't really beat himself. He doesn't really put himself in situations where you start to scratch your head and say, that's just a freshman. He really holds stance well. He has good motion. So he's been coached well, moving up. And when you have a good coaching staff like NC State, he's continuing to do well.
Hey, guys, come here. Let's go.
36 seconds.
Hey, guys, next guy's in the eyes. We got a point. Got it? A point? Yep. All right.
Got to keep the hands low.
Above.
This is a good classic game, and good shot there by TJ to his back. 3 takedown.
Green's in control.
Short time.
Green's in control.
Explosion right there. He's keeping his toes in. You see that? Keep his toes in to get the right in time.
Work to improve here. Here we
8
go.
seconds left. This is just like what happened at 149. Watch the explosion here. A reach.
Yes, sir.
Comes across, gets right to his feet. He doesn't stay on the mat. As soon as he got to his leg, he got
Back
up.
up just a little bit so he can get down, please. Thank you.
Two
Get
things
ready,
there.
get
You
set.
see the maturity, the experience, even though he's a freshman, he's wrestled a ton of matches to keep those feet
Red set.
in,
Green,
use as
cover.
much of that clock as possible. And then did you see the ground he covered going across the body with that lightning speed and then the power, the perfect combination to finish it. And TJ Stewart, those unanswered points at the end of the period,
Red first.
and a 3-0 lead. This was one of the intriguing matchups coming in just because of what they had accomplished recently. They shared the ACC Weekly Honor, Stewart with that overtime thriller over Reese Heller, while for Fishback, a big win against Chris Foca of Cornell.
Green set.
2 studs.
Red covers.
Just really dipping their toe in the water as far as their collegiate careers.
And assuming everyone stays where they are, this will be great for years to come. Kind of like when we watch Hunter Boland and Trent Hidley at 184.
Stewart up on his feet, fighting at that
Out of
grip.
bounds. No
Did
change.
Fishback stay latched
No,
on. It looks
he
like
went
he
out.
did. Good job there by Fishback to hunker down on that
You
leg.
initiated that move
at
in
the
that
last
direction.
second to
That's
keep
why no
control.
stalling there. We're good.
Now, while TJ Stewart had freed the grip, he didn't turn around, so he wasn't out of danger. So you at home said he broke
Red,
free, but
cover.
you kind of have to face him, because if you break free,
Go,
you have
Red.
to be able to intelligently defend yourself.
Look at TJ Stewart this year. He wrestled in the Southeast Open back in November. Then he did not see action until January. He was called on in the App State duel. 4-1 in duels. He has responded well late. Gets the escape. 4-0. The freshman Triangle Virginia. A 4-0 advantage.
I love seeing these freshmen. They don't look rattled. They don't look disappointed. They look like I'm still in this match. And this is just the maturity and how good high school wrestling has gotten, that these guys are coming in and not wasting time in wrestling at a high level.
Out of the fingers.
It seems like Fishback is having a hard time getting to the legs and the hips area. TJ Stewart's doing a good job of keeping his hips back. So how do you beat that? You need to get misdirection. You can't just keep shooting straight on. These are half shots. They're not true shots.
We haven't seen Fishback fully commit on any of his offensive until now, but there you see Stewart able to stand him straight up. Stewart's going to have to put his foot back on the gas. Now he drives Fishback near the edge. Again, that power. And out of bounds they go. Could not keep that toe in. Continuation of action. Roby coaching hard in the Virginia Tech corner.
Similar to how it was, about 180 degrees, how he got underneath, and TJ Stewart comes to his feet quickly. That's good coaching. A lot of times people get to their legs and they just stay there and they wait. TJ Stewart, once he gets to legs, he's exploding up.
Out of the fingers, guys, out of the fingers.
Short time, final few moments.
Out of the fingers, guys.
It will be TJ Stewart continuing this late surge in February, carrying a 4-0 lead. Both these coaches know the significance of this weight. Virginia Tech, winners of 3 of the first 4 weights tonight. Roby knows this could be a serious blow to Papalizio and the Wolfpack if his freshman can deliver here in these final 2 minutes.
Fishback has got to get up quickly. They say that TJ Stewart has a really strong grip. Fishback's got to get up quickly and continue to move quickly.
That's me. That's me. That's me.
Referee said, hey, that was on me. It wasn't on either one of you.
Your hand caught here for a second, then he pulled his elbow.
Sometimes the referee don't know who jumped. They just, it's on me. It's on me. I don't know who did it. Or just point and say, I heard another whistle, even when there's no other whistle.
Patrick Frank giving both athletes a chance to catch their breath, reset, and a quick point. This crowd has been on the edge of their seat tonight, but fairly quiet. With Virginia Tech holding that 9-3 lead, now trying to make some noise for Dylan Fishback. See those taps by Stewart. Left side, right side, just quick taps.
Out of the fingers.
Stewart doing a good job of keeping his feet and back to the center of the mat. As long as he keeps Fishback on the outside, look at the quickness there. Now let's see. He's down on the mat this time. Before he would get quickly to his feet, but now he's going to table the leg. He can take his time here. No need to rush. He hasn't been in on the legs often. Good shin wizard, what's being happened by Dylan Fishback. Putting the pressure on the shoulder, looking for a stalemate, if anything. Looking for a stalemate.
Stop.
And there it is. That's a win by both. One, because TJ Stewart was in deep. Good defense, but also TJ Stewart got to eat some of that clock away.
1 minute to decide this one. Fishback needs a takedown to try to start thinking overtime.
Action center, guys.
Hasn't been able to figure out TJ Stewart yet. There's a stall call on Stewart. You see the reshot by Stewart in the go-behind position.
And that's exactly why he didn't want to keep shooting on him. Because TJ Stewart was so quick on the go-behind. Oh, boy, 7-1. TJ Stewart looking real sharp, Sean.
Virginia Tech just continues to have an answer here on the road. Whether it's a veteran, whether it's a youngster, they have pushed the right buttons. And now Stewart, 24 seconds away.
Here we go. Green, you have one stalling warning.
From his most significant win early in his young career.
And that match against Gavin Kane when he was gassed. He was gassed, lost in overtime, didn't even fight there. He is looking really good here. Not looking fatigued, looking quick even in the third period.
7-2, 15 seconds.
This was a swing match we talked about. And TJ Stewart said that I'm here. I wasn't here first semester, but second semester and the rest of my career, I am going to be a force.
The respect between these two youngsters, and TJ Stewart raises his arm in victory. And yes, indeed, quieting this crowd inside Reynolds Coliseum. So Stewart, a 7-2 win. Virginia Tech leads by 9. NC State certainly needs a win. Stewart has quieted the crowd, but one athlete who certainly has brought the crowd to roars throughout his time in Raleigh has been Trent Hidley, the fan favorite, looking for career win number 100. Hidley up next for the Wolfpack. The ACC's Committee for Racial and Social Justice, in conjunction with its member institutions, have identified February 17th through the 25th as ACC Unity Week. We'll hit the halfway point on our final weekend of the regular season. The key dates, it's certainly go time when you talk about college wrestling. The ACC Championship heads to Chapel Hill March 10th inside Carmichael. And then the prestige of the NCAA Wrestling Championships in Kansas City, March 21st through the 23rd. Then a lot of our college wrestlers will turn their attention to the world of freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling. The U.S. Olympic trials slated for State College, April 19th and 20. Take a look at what has happened so far. If you're just joining us, 149, number 2 versus number 3 did not disappoint. Caleb Henson gets a late takedown, a 4-1 win over Jackson Harrington. NC State's only win has come from Ed Scott at 157. And then 3 straight wins for Virginia Tech. Connor Brady, Mackay Lewis, and TJ Stewart. No bonus point wins for either school through the first 5 weeks. Well, Rock, if there was ever a moment, or a Trent Hidley moment, if you're North Carolina State, this would be the perfect time. You can sense the tension inside Reynolds Coliseum right now. Hidley has delivered throughout his career, 21-0. He's been a bonus point machine. Andy Smith standing in his way tonight. Smith, the senior from Christiansburg, and listen to this crowd for the arrival of Trent Hidley.
When you said that it's eerily quiet here in Reynolds Coliseum. And if there was ever a moment that they needed a spark, it's right now. And they have Trent Hidley to try and get the spark going.
Shake hands, guys. Good luck.
21-0 this year for Hidley. 18 bonus point wins. 99 career wins coming in. How special would it be for Hidley to get win number 100 in front of this sellout against their rivals from Virginia Tech? And some of that upper body power, a new weight this year for Hidley, bumping up from 84 to 97.
Different weight, same power. You see what happened there? He went for a hip toss, and the leg popped up. He grabbed the leg and then got the takedown. It was a good idea for Trent to move up because he said he was tired of sucking weight. Sucking weight meaning glutton weight. That's the slang in wrestling. He said he was tired of it. He just wanted to get better at wrestling. And with an 86% bonus rate, he certainly has shown he's gotten better.
Work to improve here, guys. Both guys.
4-time All-American, 3 straight ACC championships for Trent Hidley. Getting to his offense, working Smith near the edge. And a restart back in the center as we go back to that Hidley offense.
Hip toss, went to the right leg, finished on the left.
Green set. Red cover.
Andy Smith, when you look at his body of work,
One green.
Go back through
Neutral.
his memorable matches. One that would be right at the top was the duel with North Carolina State. His big moment, the win over Isaac Trumbull a year ago. Trumbull, who's redshirting this year for the Wolfpack, and Andy told us that was the biggest win of his career. But He's running into a different buzzsaw tonight. And Trent Hidley, another takedown and a 6-1 lead.
Use that ankle and get off it.
This is what Trent Hidley does. He continues to force the underhook, and the only person that's been able to figure it out effectively has been top-ranked Aaron Brooks. But otherwise, his underhook is just a thing of beauty.
Still red. Still red. 1, green, neutral.
Because Smith is kind of a taller wrestler, he's got to continue to keep his hands low. Because for 197, Hidley is relatively short, so he's going to keep his stance low and explode through.
35 seconds, first period. A couple of takedowns by Hidley. 6-2 advantage. Minute plus of riding time as well. Smith drops down to his right knee. Hidley, that heavy collar tie, trying to steer his left arm into the underhook. Now quickly powers in that right side underhook. This is where Hidley has made a living. Gets to the side of the body and drives him down again.
It's just relentless pressure.
Break. Green choice.
Look at the national rankings coming in. Aaron Brooks up at 97, number 1. Michael Beard of Lehigh, 3. Jackson Smith, 4. Hidley has a win against Smith earlier this year. Tanner Sloan, South Dakota State, what a year for the Jacks. They're having a solid year. All Hidley as we move into the second period. Just like he has done throughout his career. A quiet crowd now all of a sudden getting right back into it. Hidley trying to switch to that front position.
Right when he goes to the front, he keeps his hands. He doesn't really try to break. As soon as he went to the front, he oftentimes does an over and under, and then he continues to keep his hands on his wrestling.
Warning green, stalling green.
Call on Smith.
Out of bounds.
Smith trying to generate some offense out near the edge. Started it a little bit too late. Did not have a lot of real estate to work with.
He just keeps going forward. And it's just not being a bully here. There is technique to what he's doing. And now he went outside step.
He just puts so much pressure on the opponent that it prevents the opponent from trying to get to any type of offense.
It's just hard to deal with someone that won't let you breathe. He keeps his hands on you.
Action center, guys. Action center.
Keep moving forward.
See Hidley trying to take more mat territory. Smith with his heels near the edge. Hidley not allowing him to get back into the center. Ear to ear, thrusting that right arm underhook again. Trying to hit that same combination. Now he comes straight on with that double. Skull pull tagged as well, and Hidley simultaneously gets another takedown.
If you defend one way, he's going to attack in a different way. And there's another period coming up, and that's what we're seeing. We've seen Trent so many times. It looks close in the first period, and then it just opens up.
Red takes bottom.
One of the best at securing bonus points. Trent Hidley up near the top. 11 of them this year when you look at the 5-point tech ball. 5 points for the team.
Get set, Red. Green, you have two stalling
State.
calls. Red set.
Trailing
Don't move, Red. Green
12-3,
cover.
and Hidley thinking bonus points has put himself in a pretty good position to secure it. Let's see what type of fight Andy Smith has in these final 2 minutes.
Neutral.
Smith, an NCAA qualifier a year ago. Second straight year that he's been the starter for the Hokies. Keep in mind, he told us he arrived in Blacksburg around 250 pounds. Really transformed his body and turned into a stout wrestler. Hidley gets 3 more. And now, Rock, the wheels start turning as far as another technical fall. We saw that graphic a few moments ago. 5 huge team points on the line if Hidley can end it early.
And it seems like he's going to want to get to the front and then try and go to the underhook to a pancake. So oftentimes he'll go right to the front and go to it over and under and seeing if he can get feet to back. It seems like Trent may have made a commitment to say, I'm going to continue to keep him down. With riding time being secured, it's really 18-3. So it's imperative, absolutely imperative that Andy Smith has to try to get up.
Yeah, this is the route Hidley is going, which it appears, with the riding time lock, he's confident he can ride out the final 33 seconds. If you're Virginia Tech and Andy Smith, it's all about trying to find the energy to get away and get that 1 point. Boy, the coaches for Virginia Tech right on the edge. They are really leading with Andy Smith. Tries to hit a roll. Hidley stays, and we go back for a restart with 18 seconds.
Andy Smith needed that. He needed a break to get a clean break. Now he's got to explode. He's got to stand up.
Set. Red, cover.
18 seconds.
Hidley into position. Brief tripod. Andy Smith now into the stand-up. Hidley brings him right back down. Short time. Better energy from Smith. Tries to hit that sit-up. Hidley again. No danger of letting him get free. One more roll. Nearly rolled to his back. And Trent Hidley has done it. Riding time lock. It's a Tech Ball win. Career win number 100. Becoming the 8th Wolfpack wrestler to hit the milestone.
Arguably the greatest leader to ever don a Wolfpack singlet, certainly under Pat Popolizio's leadership.
You saw him script his name on the mat, a name that will never be forgotten, now among the greats at NC State. The love they have for him, the love and appreciation he has for the fans here in Raleigh. It's pretty special.
Fans in the ACC and fans outside of the ACC respect how hard that man wrestles.
A change for Virginia Tech as we go up to the heavyweight division. Here comes another freshman. Jimmy Mullen gets the call. 11-3 this year. We thought it was going to be Hunter Katka. But Roby sends out Mullen tonight to take on the ACC champion Owen Treppitt. So let's talk Virginia Tech. Why the move to the freshman Jimmy Mullen tonight?
I've been wondering that myself. What I know is that Owen Treppitt was a 220-pounder in high school. Really good athletic heavyweight. Jimmy Mullen moves very well for heavyweight. I'm thinking maybe athleticism, but I don't know why.
Mullen, the freshman, 12-3, one of the top heavyweights in the country as far as that 2023 recruiting class. He had so many options. Coming out of high school, would he play football? Would he wrestle? Would he do both? And one of the reasons he settled in on Virginia Tech was the fact that the Hokies actively recruited him and supported him in his choice to try to play both sports, football in the fall and now wrestling. And huge moment for him as he tries to take down the ACC champ, Owen Treppitt. Look at the recruiting class, Rock, that Roby has brought in the last couple of years. Mullen, part of the class with Mac Church, Mason, Sonny Sasso, names that ACC fans will certainly be familiar with as soon as next year they jump their red shirt and come right into competition. Mullen, one of those headline names.
Virginia Tech's 2025 recruiting class is so good. The ACC is just getting stronger. People want to wrestle when there's warm weather.
I was in shorts today. You were still bundled up in sweats and a hoodie. Come on, man.
That is true.
It's 50-plus degrees. No score halfway through this first period. See the size that Jimmy Mullen has, the athleticism, strength, and power. Treffin. He knows what it's like to be in that swing chair at heavyweight. It's his career, the first couple of years on campus. They had some really good heavyweights. Tyree Houghton beat him out one year. And we talked about the opportunity to wrestle in that room behind the scenes with guys like Nick Wisdowski, Tay Wilson, really good heavyweights that Pat Popolizio has brought in throughout his tenure at NC State.
And the heavyweights challenged him to change his style. He was very good at doing penetration steps at 220. However, when he got into the NC State wrestling room and being wrestling against guys that are so much bigger, he realized he can't really do penetration steps. And so now he's adopted what's called a snatch. A snatch thing where you don't really, do a step to penetrate. You just lower your level and grab the leg. A safe attack.
Talked about the athleticism with Mullen, but Treffin was a big-time football player as well in his days in South Carolina. Hard-hitting inside linebacker, and he told us he actually had thoughts his first year in Raleigh about walking on to the football team. He had certainly several opportunities with football scholarships, but in the end, he chose wrestling. Had the opportunity to compete for Popolizio after spending a senior year at the Blair Academy.
Go ahead, Green.
Here's the thing, when you give freshmen opportunities and don't put them away early, they start to get that freshman confidence that they don't know no better. They just start to believe.
And there by Mullen to go right back to that ankle and drive him and get control.
And one of the things that at the end of the period, Adam Hall clapped his hands and implored him to pick it up. I mean, like, you don't want to give, someone that's the underdog hope that they can compete. And the longer this match goes on, confidence really helps.
What a good job out by Jimmy Mullen. Treffin having a difficult time. Good look at the massive freshman.
Both guys work here. Red set.
Lost to Luis Fernandez of Cornell in the tiebreaker in the Cornell duel. He lost to Isaac Trumbull in the Midlands. We talked about Trumbull redshirting this year for NC State. One of his losses to his teammate Hunter Katka at the Keystone. Treffin is away. 33 seconds of ride time and a 1-0 lead for the Wolfpack Junior.
Now, Sean, have you really seen a committed attack by Treffin? I mean, we're used to seeing him doing penetration steps, snatches. He just really hasn't done a whole lot that we're accustomed to him over the past 2 seasons.
You think a lot of that has to do with maybe the surprise of seeing Jimmy Mullen? He had prepared for Katka. He was familiar with Katka.
Out of fingers, guys.
That could be true. However, wrestlers now saying, I don't really watch too much film. I want to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do, not what they're going to do. So maybe it did throw him off that you're wrestling a guy more athletic, but quite frankly, you want to do the stuff that you want to wrestle.
Oh, Mullen lost his balance, nearly blew a gasket, and it nearly cost it. Treffin unable to take advantage of it. Hunter Katka with that intense look, watching from the sideline. Katka 4-0 in ACC dual action this year, 3 bonus point wins. A 2-time NCAA qualifier. The role of the spectator tonight, cheering on his young teammate Jimmy Mullen.
Sean, The freshman is getting confident. He went to a low single as a heavyweight. They don't know any better, and so they start believing.
Adam Hall coaching hard, the assistant for North Carolina State. Congratulations to Adam. He is heading to Orem, Utah, scenic Orem, Utah, to take over the Utah Valley program. At the conclusion of Nationals in Kansas City, he will replace Greg Williams. We wish Coach Williams the best, his 16 years as he heads into retirement. Hall will become just the third coach in Utah Valley history. Treffin looking for that mat return, tried to suck him back, and he was unable to do so.
He was. And because Mullen leaned over, a lot of guys, when he baits them, Treffin baits them to stand up, and he steps back and does a chin back. But what Mullen did, he leaned over and was not able to be lifted up. And now it's 1-1.
Little scouting there from Virginia Tech, telling Mullen maybe what to expect from Owen Treffin. Tied at 1, running time not a factor. 12-8 Virginia Tech. Tightly has put NC State right back in to this Friday night duel. Again, a regular season championship on the line. These two teams entering tonight 4-0.
This is the freshman is starting to feel that he can compete. And Treffin needs to go to his attacks. He's not attacking right now. He's holding position, but he's not attacking. He's reacting.
That was the thing he told us this week on the call. I need to take more shots. That's what I learned at Nationals last year. Mullen comes in on a low strike. Key scramble, inside a minute to go. Who's going to come out on top here?
Look at them roll around. This is heavyweights right here. It looks like Owen Treffin is a little higher. He's wasting the ankles at the bottom. Now he's going to crunch him forward and move there. It's not quite there. It's almost there. Mullen is holding on for dear life. Is it there? Nothing yet. The freshman is holding on. Can he get behind Treffin? Treffin trying to hook the leg. The freshman is hanging in there. Nothing yet. We're holding on. Almost 10 seconds. There it is. There it is. Takedown.
Late from Owen Treffin gets the takedown, and NC State within a point.
2 years ago,
12-11, Virginia Tech. We jump to the lightweights, 125 coming up next. Still a lot to be determined from Raleigh. .125, Cooper Flynn ranked number 3 in the country, 13-2. The talented redshirt freshman taking on Jacob Camacho, who at one time this year in the wide open revolving door that we call 125 was ranked number 1 in the land. Camacho trying to find his magic from years past. Late, the 3-time NCAA qualifier, the 2-time ACC champion out there tonight for North Carolina State. Camacho and Flynn, 3 weights to go, Rock, and quite literally 3 toss-ups.
Indeed it is. It is playing out like we wanted it to.
What a story Cooper Flynn has been this season. It's perfect in ACC competition. Had his red shirt pulled earlier this year. Injury issues with All-American Eddie Ventresca. Kenny Roby told us that the Ventresca injury was a little bit more serious than everybody thought. So with Eddie on the shelf and Roby knowing that Flynn was ready right now, they pulled the red shirt. Here he is. What a season he has had.
And when he was out at the OTC, he really developed an arm drag. His opponent's left arm reaches out and he drags it across his body and tries to scoot around him. Meanwhile, Jacob Camacho has always been good at getting his head in on a single and he pops it to the outside. The problem that he's had this season is really finishing.
Camacho was off the competitive mat as far as representing NC State at this weight for more than a month. From January 5th through February 9th, it was all work behind the scenes in that wrestling room as Papalizio and his staff tried to make things right for the two-time ACC champion. Since he has returned, a couple of victories for Jacob Camacho. Had that early season signature win against then number 1, Ramos of Purdue. So Camacho, when he has it all working, one of the best in this weight.
Camacho's got to watch it because oftentimes he drops down to go to an ankle pick on his opponent's right leg. Sometimes he gets sloppy and it opens up for a slide by. There it is, he got it this time. Good defense. Both have a leg. Just going to see who can get around first. Both guys have good experience in freestyle. Looks like we're probably going to get to a stalemate scenario here.
No control. No control.
Camacho trying to get a lift and thrust there with his hands.
No control.
Gave up on that.
Control.
See Flynn just bunkering down hard on that right leg. And the 3 is going to be awarded to Camacho. So Rock, the unanswered points, Camacho gets 3. Take us through why that was the takedown late. What did he change?
That was a feel, because usually when you lace the ankle like that, so he's trying to cut the corner, get behind, and when that knee bends, right there, now the hips are covered, the ankle is laced, head on the mat, that's control, control is felt.
Set green, red cover.
So we've seen Virginia Tech get those unanswered points in the first period. Really, for the first time tonight, it's NC State getting the 3. And a solid mat return, always a Reynolds Coliseum favorite. Flynn, undeterred, right back up to his feet. Camacho slides, has that leg elevated. Good movement underneath by Flynn, not staying stationary, and he is away for the point.
So Camacho, when he got the takedown in the first period, he dropped down to the ankle. It was like an ankle pick, and he waits. Now, the opponent flips or moves, you just continue to drive forward. But if they just kind of stand there, you'll just go and bring it up. One of the things that Cooper Flynn talked about was working on his offense and creating. He had a very tight match against Colton Camacho last week where he won with short time left and did an arm drag. But the arm drag hasn't been available thus far.
Camacho on the hunt. Jacob Camacho missed all of last year recovering from a torn ACL. Utilized his medical red shirt. 6th year competing.
He just says how important this match is before both teams. They know that this is a huge swing match.
Second period will come to an end. Camacho leading Cooper Flynn 3-1. Tony Roby on the right has simply Made all the right calls with his roster this year. When to utilize guys, when to give guys a break. Pat Papalizio hoping the same could be said here with Jacob Camacho at 125. Eric Trombley has won matches this season. Both Trombley and Camacho, the depth for North Carolina State, each with an ACC championship. But Papalizio had that gut feeling to turn to Camacho tonight.
And Camacho took bottom. Immediately, Flynn says, let's get to your feet. He wants as much time as possible to work on a takedown. But we haven't seen him really sniff the legs of Camacho. He keeps going to that arm drag. You see the motion. As soon as Camacho puts that left arm out, you see kind of the arm drag. But it's not really getting anywhere.
Cooper Flynn, as talented as they come, had that really pivotal offseason this year, winning the U23 National Freestyle Tournament, qualified for the Olympic trials in April. Loves freestyle wrestling. He said it has helped his folk style so much, especially over the last 12 months, training with some of the best in the sport. Will it pay off late here on the road as we hit 45 seconds to go?
He just looked at the clock. He knows he's got to pick it up. And Jacob Camacho's doing a good job. He's doing a good job of keeping a little stance. 30 seconds. Does Flynn have the magic that he had last week?
Action center, guys. Action center.
He's got to create. And he's creating. Good circling back in to eat away at the clock by Camacho.
He's been pretty good in this front headlock position with the work of assistant coach Jared Frere. And now they're going to stop the action with 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, I want to take a look at it.
Illegal hold is something that NC State saw, and they immediately pointed that it was the illegal hold. So now the officials are going to take a look at it. Now, I couldn't see from my angle what it was, but it looked like there was a situation where he may have locked his hands with the arm not being in a circle, but I don't want to speculate. But it was an illegal hold, and if you saw NC State's coaching staff, they were pointing, and then Patrick Frank gave the sign to say it was an illegal hold.
So Patrick Frank, Matt Soroczynski over at the replay table. This is our first replay of the night.
And it was by an official. There were no bricks being thrown. So it's 5 seconds left. Now, I'm not saying that things can't happen in 5 seconds. I mean, Damian Hahn won a national championship with 4 seconds left. But a 5-1 lead is pretty much it. So we try to see what's under there. He may have had an underhook and tied his hands, but they're looking at it. They have different angles from us, and the official's about to tell us what happened.
Patrick Frank, ACC official. Both Patrick and Matt, Division I championship officials. He is explaining what they saw on replay.
And it was illegal hold. They confirmed it. 5 seconds left. Jacob Camacho.
And for the first time tonight, NC State has the lead. It has not been an easy year for Jacob Camacho. He's put in the extra time behind the scenes. Pat Papalizio believed in him, and the 6th-year wrestler delivers.
I was like, sure,
and as he's walking off the mat,
he's got it.
He pointed at Coach Pop.
I think he did it close.
Don't forget Wednesday on ACC Network, 8th-ranked Duke squares off against Louisville at 7 Eastern, followed by the premiere of Coach K and Roy Williams, rivals reunited. A 1-hour special featuring the two coaching legends as they sat down together for an extensive conversation for the first time since their college coaching careers began over 40 years ago. Rivals reunited. Well, this is a pretty good rivalry at 133. Sam Latona, 16-5. The Hokies all of a sudden trailing for the first time. Can their veteran deliver? Kyle Reaney ranked 4th in the country, 12-2 this year.
Almost a must-win for Virginia Tech.
Sam Latona, the redshirt senior, Thompson High School in Alabama.
Good luck.
3-time NCAA qualifier, 2-time All-American. And when you have watched the trajectory of Sam Latona, it's been the same every year. He wrestles his best at the end of February and March. Blacksburg certainly hoping that's the case tonight. Kyle Reaney, the 2-time NCAA qualifier. He is the reigning ACC champ.
Give me a dual meet championship, Sean. Kyle Reaney had a magical, absolutely magical ACC tournament. Won a very much of a nail-biter in the semifinals against Latona, and then had a big fall in the finals to win the ACC championship.
No surprise, O'Reaney having his way through the ACC this year.
Out of the fingers, guys, out of the fingers, come on.
4 bonus point wins. And ACC competition, it all happened after he had dropped 2 straight matches. Losing to Ohio State, Nick Kouzakis, and then an 11-3 setback to fix. Here's a shot by Latona. And Latona with that long length that gives opponents problems, but O'Reaney shucks it away. Latona with the first shot comes up empty.
You gotta stay high on O'Reaney, because when you drop down below the ankle, he has those rubber ankles and he kicks out just like he did there. And when I say finish high, you gotta stay above the knee. Once you get below the knee, his knees going in directions that they're not supposed to go, and he does it oftentimes, he kicks away. And that's the side that Sam Latona likes to shoot to. The left leg of his opponent, shooting on his right side.
See Latona's size. He's one of the bigger 33-pounders. This is his 2nd year at 133. Made the bump up a season ago. Still has a year of eligibility, and he certainly is keeping it open as if he comes back for year 7. And the question becomes, would he stay at 33 if he does make that decision, or does he go up to 41? First things first, a lot of business to be settled tonight. And then the march to Kansas City next month.
Man, this is a good match. Man, this dual meet division. This is good stuff.
Well, you talk about why a dual championship would be so much fun for the spectator and the fan.
Stop.
This would be a model to use what this dual meet means throughout the years and how tight they have been. You know, with the number of pick-em matches that we've seen, not just this year, but throughout the last 5-6 years when it comes to NC State, Virginia Tech. Get the home base all fired up, whether we're in Blacksburg or whether we're here in Raleigh. It's the same energy, the same enthusiasm, the same passion.
Matt, red?
No score through 1.
Red choice. Red chooses bottom.
Look for a tight waist ankle by Sam Latona off the whistle. They put the hand on the belly, but look for him to drop down the ankle for tight waist.
One.
O'Reaney. No trouble getting away. Talked to Sam Latona this week, and he told us he's been one of those guys who really doesn't take a lot of time away from the wrestling room. He went right back into the room after his All-American run a year ago in Tulsa. He worked on his top wrestling a lot. We saw him hook up a cradle earlier this year. Some of the improvements for the 2-time All-American trying to win a national championship at 133.
You see the influence of the Hidleys with the underhooks. NC State, their wrestlers will clamp, bang your head, and try to force an underhook. And Arini just tried that with Latona.
Action,
Talk
guys.
about the Hyde-Lees, and you said the plural, Hyde-Lees. Hayden, who now is at North Dakota State as an assistant coach, a longtime assistant after he had his remarkable career here in Raleigh, and I'm sure he's watching tonight, proud of his younger brother, because Trent has joined him in that exclusive 100-plus win club here at North Carolina State. The Hyde
Action, center,
brothers
guys.
and
30.
the impact they have had just as teammates, and also for Hayden's case, the coaching impact with guys like Kai Arini. Tight to the vest, Rock, so far through this second period.
These wrestlers are making sure they're not going to beat themselves. Whoever wins this match is going to be because they won it and not because of foolishness.
It will be Latona's choice here in this third period. Automatically he says, let's go down and get that point back.
Oh boy. This is
Green set.
important
Red, cover.
for Virginia Tech. Important for NC State.
Arini trying to get to his claw. Latona up to his feet. Now you see the hand fight. Arini still with his grip.
We're out.
And he will carry Latona to the edge and out of bounds.
Yeah, he kind of dropped his knee a little bit to see if he was going to get a little locked hands.
Green set.
But Coach Frey is saying just keep it going.
Work
Doing
center,
the
guys.
roll chase with his arms and wrists and keep it going, keep it going.
That'll be a caution on Green. A little bit
Just
too
a little bit
quick,
in front of
trying
that
to
one.
anticipate the whistle was
Guys, we're gonna
Latona.
pause here, okay? Green, first caution. Red, cover and hold.
Good explosive move off the whistle underneath by Virginia Tech. Arini staying with him. Latona
That's
frantically
one.
trying to
That's
kick away.
two.
You see that count starting. Arini's going to have to work his way up the body, which he does. And he will bring Latona back down and out of bounds. Really good job there by Kai Arini.
He did. And immediately he didn't stay on the mat. As soon as he dropped down to the ankle, he stood up.
Both
What
guys
Sam
work hard
Latona
to
did, he
stay
put his
here.
hand on the mat to try and get the
Green, you
count.
have one caution. Red, cover.
Stalling
You pushed him that
against
time.
Arini.
You pushed him to the
He
edge
was
here.
not making an effort, and he kind of pushed him out. I agree with the call. And of course, Coach Popovich is going to ask him, are you sure about that? But I thought that was the right call.
No, in that situation,
He kind of pushed him out. It didn't look like there was any true attempts. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Pat Papalizio wanting an explanation.
Questioning,
Patrick
guys.
Frank
Red.
very calmly delivering that
Good.
to the veteran headman for NC
Green, one
State.
caution.
Meanwhile,
Red,
the
one
action
stalling warning.
continues. 31
Here we go.
seconds of ride time, Arini. A minute 21 to go. Much better start there by Latona. Arini drapes his body over the left side of Latona. He's found a way to manage the leverage that Latona has.
Arini's really trying to work towards his riding time. 15 seconds. He's going to try and get it. He's still there. They're trying to move it. He's getting closer to that riding time. The advantage time is almost in the same way of NC State. Riding time. But remember, there is a stall call against
red.
Arini.
Still red. Still red.
Arini trying to toe drag as long as he possibly could, and a stall called on Latona for the first time.
Blood here.
Here we go.
Blood
40
stopping.
seconds.
We're gonna go over
We
here.
got some
You wanna stay
blood.
here?
Some blood. What a committed top wrestling by Kai Arini. So, it's 1 minute 13 seconds in favor of Arini. So right now, if the match ended, it would be 2-0. So what has to happen is Latona has to either get a reversal or an escape. But he also has to bring that riding time to under a minute.
Hey,
Lots
don't
of
wipe
things
this
have
off
to
here.
happen right now.
On your hands. Come here. real
Here's the
fast.
drama.
It's all over your hands. Don't wipe it on
Big,
your, don't
big
wipe it on
moments
your
here.
stuff.
You know, you push the rewind button a few years back. You talk about drama. How about drama personified with Mr. Sam Latona? The move heard around the world.
I'm telling you, and Reynolds is starting to stand. The music is blasting. Back to the claw ride. Tough ride here by Orini. Nothing yet. Still tough ride here by Orini.
Hey, how many times has Latona been up on his feet? Finally, he is away. But because of the riding time, Latona needs to think offense, and he comes in on a shot, and this is deep.
Here it is. Could it be again? Could Sam Latona do it? There's the split. 10 seconds. Can Latona do it again? Can he win it for him? Is he going to do it? Is it drama personified? Not yet. Almost. No.
These two teams are incredible. They put on a show every time.
Good job, good job, good job. Here we go. Keep going. Red, get off me here.
Pointing it out, telling them we need this, and then there's the tongue action. What a mean ride by Orini. Sam Latona almost had it, but just enough. Coming up next, we have Tom Crook, Ryan Jack to end what's been a very exciting dual meet.
Nothing But Net is back. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, dive into all the latest news and notes across the ACC. Nothing But Net, 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night, right here on the ACC Network, and also streaming on the ESPN app. Here's what's at stake as we head into the 10th and final weight. Virginia Tech with the 3 ACC dual meet titles in the last 4 years. NC State, Virginia Tech both shared the title with Pitt a season ago. Who will win it outright? And it comes down to 141. And Tom Crook hoping for a Tech fall or a fall. Tech fall, we go to criteria. If he can find out a way to pin Ryan Jack, he could be the hero. And what a moment it would be for Virginia Tech. Crook, the sophomore from Tampa, Florida. Ryan Jack, the junior. Danbury, Connecticut. Two-time NCAA qualifier.
For those who don't know about Tom Crook, he just does everything well. It's not like he has an incredible go-to shot or some type of series on top. He just does everything really, really good. Last week, he took Cole Matthews into overtime. He's beaten Lackman McNeil, and then in the shot right now is Ryan Jack trying to finish it. Finishing it high. That was beyond reaction time. So it wasn't a hand touch there. He was there and he just paused there. And the referee said that was beyond reaction time, so therefore there was a takedown. No arguments from either coaching staff.
Yeah, the reaction time always subjective, but clearly the pause, certainly a 3 right there for Jack. So quick escape from Crook. 3-1, Ryan Jack. Back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances, and he is right back on his offense. This is very similar to the Friday night duel we saw earlier this year with Cole Matthews, a high scorer.
Keep it legal here.
Jack was able to get to his points, double digits. He ended up on the short end, but he was able to get offense against a guy that does not allow a lot of offense.
Taking it at a good angle here.
He's really attacking extremely well. Good defense there.
No control. No control.
Good defense there.
No control.
By Crook.
No control.
Rick is going to come in from Papalizio. This will be the first coach's challenge of the night. Wrestling will be allowed to continue until they get out of bounds with a stoppage. You see Jack going to squeeze that leg in between his, working to get more real estate near the edge. Crook not allowing it. This has been a long scramble.
No control. No control.
Now it's Crook who has his right foot inbounds and a stalemate, and this will be a challenge.
You're going to go right
from
outside the
Pat
circle here, buddy.
Papalizio.
Go outside the circle. Red, stay outside the circle.
Different this year. Before, when you challenge, you have to say, I'm challenging what I'm challenging, and the official only could look for what you had explained. Now, if you challenge something and the officials see something that happened in the series, they can make adjustments along the way. So it's not just the one move, it's now the flow to see if was there another illegal hold or something else that happened. I like this rule. So here's the single. A little trip action, continuous motion. Each time you're under the leg, but not over the leg. He's under the leg. Now, if he was over the leg, at that point, I don't see a takedown there. It was continued flowing offense. There was no takedown there, but Coach Papalizio had a brick. Might as well use it. You can't take it home. There's no value. And after further review, there is no takedown.
Papalizio loses the challenge. 3-1 remains the score, and we go back to action with 42 seconds to go. Crook from Tampa, Florida, Tampa Jesuit, won 4 state championships in the Sunshine State. First wrestler in school history to win 4 state titles. He went undefeated throughout his entire career. Won the Schultz Award. Always wanted to be a Hokie. His twin brother Jack wrestles for Harvard. Thought initially they might stick together, both very close. They talk to one another practically every day, Tom told us.
Short time,
Though
guys.
they are twins, Jack started wrestling first, and then Tom jumped aboard, and he is a good young talent. And we weren't sure if they were going to redshirt Crook this year. The thought initially was maybe redshirt Tom Crook. You know, if you recall, he came out of the gates on fire last year, then slowly faded a little bit, which is typical for a freshman through the rigors of that first season. Crook has responded. Solid sophomore year, ranked 15th in the country, 16-5. Unable to get to his offense from the top position. Jack, the point, and a 4-1 lead.
Let's see if Jack continues to
Clean hands, guys.
attack, or is he going to kind of hold position and play the outside?
Briefly pouncing on that 2-on-1, tried to go after that left arm of Crook. Crook steering the center.
And you see Jack, his back is to the outside. And you see his older brother, Kevin Jack. There's a good shot there by Ryan Jack. Back up. He's keeping the elbow at the bend of the knee. Good defense there by Crook, though. Pushing the head to the inside. You saw that? He kind of windshield wiped it out, and now his hips are back.
No control.
Stellar defense there. Windshield wiped the head to the inside, and now he's able to stuff the head and get his hips low to the mat.
Stop. Stalemate. Neutral.
So watch, he's going to club the head, brings it to the mat, but then at that point, he's going to push the head to the, push the head to the center so he can put his hips on top and make it harder for Jack to stand up with the leg. That push the head to the center is kind of like a windshield wiper, just moving from one side to the other. And now by putting it to the inside, there's more weight.
Out of the fingers, guys.
The difference is that Jack really hasn't, well, Crook rather, hasn't really been in on the legs of Ryan Jack.
Hands up, guys. Clean
Good
hands above the
defense, but
eyes.
the offense and the attacking hasn't been there. As you see Jack's down on the outside.
Concerned look. Tony Roby here on the road. C-State with some late momentum. The Wolfpack snatched the lead after Virginia Tech started quickly, winning 3 of the first 4 after we started at 149. Jack in on another shot. Brief water polo position by Crook. Jack swings around to the side, and 3 is confirmed. And he ups the ante. A little separation now, 7-2.
Low shot. Finished with the double. Locked his hands. And now he's in a comfortable position with a 7-2 lead. So he goes to a low swing with the right leg, and then he pops his head to that side, locks his hand. There's control, and that's a takedown. 7-2.
Red, go ahead. One. Action center, guys.
7-3. Very much in control is Ryan Jack. He doesn't have to do too much, and it seems like right on the brink of him looking like he's stalling, he attacks.
It was interesting when we talked to Jack earlier this year. He said he was a guy who never watched a lot of wrestling. Really didn't like watching it, but he changed his tune a little bit. Spent this last summer starting to watch more wrestling, and that has helped him improve as he tries to find little nuances to help his craft, freestyle especially. You would watch a lot of the world and Olympic wrestling. David Taylor, how he masters that top position. Here he comes in on a shot, trying to add an exclamation point to what has been a furious finish by NC State.
He snapped the arms down, and when the arms were low, he went to a shot, and here he is really sucking time out there. He doesn't have to do too much, but he popped his head to the outside. Kind of baited him.
Outside the cylinder.
Right as he was starting to swivel around, Tom Crook was, that's when Ryan Jack put his head to the outside.
We started the night, these two teams on a collision course really since the beginning of the year. Virginia Tech, NC State. One night to determine the regular season champion. And in front of a sellout here inside Reynolds Coliseum, a sea of red. A late flurry by the Wolfpack. Crook gets the offense, but it's NC State's Ryan Jack, the winner. And the Wolfpack, your 2024 regular season ACC champions.
Shake hands, guys. Good match. Good hustle, buddy. Turn this way.
Lots of tight matches here. 20-12, but there were so many matches. 133, 2-1 because of riding time. Then you have at 190 and 184 pounds, the great performances by TJ Stewart. But NC State showed that they had just a little more to beat Virginia Tech.
And there's the man that started it. When the Wolfpack were in some trouble early, this place was pretty quiet. Trent Hidley delivered his 19th bonus point victory of the year, a Tech fall. The Owen Tretham win late in the third period. He gets the takedown, and the regular season championship trophy is with Pat Popolizio. And it will be celebrated tonight in Raleigh. Rock, the best part about tonight, they're going to go at it in a couple of weeks again for the ACC championship. The next time we see these competitors, it's March.
But it looked good here. They're so good. Rivalry every single year. They do what they're supposed to do, and I enjoy this type of rivalry.
20-12, North Carolina State knocks off Virginia Tech. The Wolfpack, your 2024 regular season ACC champions. That's the story from a sold-out Reynolds Coliseum here in Raleigh, North Carolina. For Rock Harrison, our entire crew, this is Sean Kinney saying so long and good night. We'll see you in Chapel Hill in a couple of weeks in the 2024 ACC championships.